It's not your imagination. No, you're not black American. You wonder why they call you Jamaican when you're above all the other nations. It's not your imagination. No, you're not a Haitian. You wonder why they call you Puerto Rican when you're above all the other nations. It's not your imagination. They just wanna keep us down. They don't wanna see us with the crown.
We about to turn the world upside down. We about to turn the world upside down. We about to turn the world.
Welcome to Four Corners News. That's right. Turn my mic up. This is where the truth speaks. Oh, that's right. I'm Captain Zakar. And to my left,
Captain Severus.
to his left,
Officer Azaniah.
and to my right,
Officer Daniel.
and to his right,
Officer Lael.
and we make up Four Corners News. Hey, I just want to let y'all know. Can you put the camera on him, man?
Yeah.
He got his microphone. Move
Yeah,
the
we got
thing.
his mic all the way over here.
Yeah, move the, yeah. Show him
Yeah.
who's here with us in spirit.
Down.
There you go, Officer Judah,
right next to me. All right.
Come down some,
In the
come down
spirit.
some on it.
There
you go. There,
Here we
Officer
go.
Judah's with us. He can't be here physically, but he's here with us in spirit. Can we go back to it? So we want to introduce Officer Judah.
Judah.
I thank you for welcoming me here to the Four Corners News.
All praises, man. Welcome to Four Corners News, where the truth speaks. Hey, let's get into it. Been a lot going on here in the social media world, and we here to present the facts to you. Starting out, this is I don't know what you call them. I think they call them like influencers.
Yeah, that's influencers.
Yeah, they be on social media making videos and things and tying it together. This dude right here, his name is Ryan. I don't know if you ever heard him. He's a short dude, always does it in front of a white door. His name's Ryan, and he dropped cold hard facts on people that say slavery was a long time ago.
Right.
Get over it. Pull yourself up by your bootstraps.
Right.
Because a lot of our people agree with that stuff. A lot of people, our people agree with that. You know, they don't want to hear about the past. They want to live in the present and look towards the future.
You heard Snoop Dogg said the same thing.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, he said he was tired of the slave movies. Stop making them. He want to forget.
Yeah, he want to forget.
Yeah.
What was that dude in the Matrix? Cypher.
There we go.
I want to go to put me back to sleep, and I don't want to remember anything. Nothing.
Make me important.
Make me
Rich,
important.
right.
Yep, that's what our people do. Pull up the video of that brother named Ryan. Let's see what he's talking about.
No living white person has owned a slave. Black
Drop
people
the bars
gotta
for us.
stop blaming people for their issues and clean up their own communities.
Let's pause it real quick.
Slavery was a long time ago. Black.
All right, so it says no, Lord. Okay. No white person alive today ever owned a slave. No black person alive today was ever a slave. We can't move forward if people want to keep living in the past.
That's day one. Come on now, help us out. But that's day one. That's the one that they love to use. No living white person has ever owned slaves.
And they want you to forget that for a reason. Give me that. Go to Deuteronomy 32. Is that what on? 32 and 8. Esau, white man, always want you to forget their past. They don't tell the damn Chinese to forget their past.
Right.
Damn, I can't tell you how many movies I done seen Jet Li and Fu Wong Kong in some old ass 1300 AD Ming Dynasty movies.
Just like Cap when the event with the World Trades, they put, we will never forget.
Yeah, never forget. Yeah,
Holocaust, we will never forget.
Never forget.
But when it comes to slavery, forget it.
Forget it. Read that. What I just called Deuteronomy 32. I think it's 8.
Deuteronomy chapter 32 and verse 8.
Bring it out.
When the Most High divided,
Verse 7.
verse 7, remember
Yeah.
the days of old.
There we go. That's a commandment from God. That ain't a
That right.
suggestion. You know, that ain't no movement. That ain't no grassroots black movement where let's we woke. You know the woke movement? This ain't
Right.
the woke movement like, oh, we gonna remember the things that happened to us. Nah, this ain't no woke movement. That's a commandment from God.
Right.
Bring it out.
Read that again.
Remember the days of old.
Read.
Consider the years of many generations.
That's the past.
There you go.
Many generations is the past. God commands us to remember the past so we know what our future looks like.
Right.
You can't know what your future is going to look like or plan for it if you don't know what your past was. And that's why Esau is big on Roman history and all. They
There
trying
you
to
go.
prevent the inevitable of them falling as a country.
Right.
Right.
They looked at all the major ancient civilizations that fell and what they did wrong, and they are trying to avoid it. But you know they can't move the hand of God. It's gonna happen.
Bring it out.
Cap, even their
Yeah.
holidays. Saturnalia.
There you
they
go.
haven't forgot that.
There you go.
They celebrate it tomorrow.
I'm glad you brought that up. Was it a Satan Day?
Satan Day. Yep.
Satan
that's right.
Day.
They remembered that.
That is
They remember to keep
old
that.
as hell. Hear something?
No.
All right. Hey, go back to that. Go back to that and let it play.
Black people need to get over it. That's what continuously is told to me. Now, before I respond, I'm going to need you guys to share this video. I'm not going to curse. I'm not going to spread false information. Everything that I'm about to say is 100% true. You can look it up to see.
Facts.
And I'm not going to say anything that makes people cringe, at least language-wise. All right.
Meaning offended.
Let's not dwell on the past. Let's go to modern history.
Modern
Let's
history.
go 1964.
Oh,
Here we go.
1964, right? That's 56 years ago. We all know somebody 56 years old, whether it's
yeah.
us, our parents, grandparents. So you would call that modern history,
Cap
right?
Severus 56.
That was when the Civil Rights Act was passed, which made it illegal to discriminate against black people.
Hey, let's pause it. Let's
So
pause
understand
it. Pause that and let's read it. Read that for us, soldier.
What is the Civil Rights Act? Under the Civil Rights
Hey,
Act.
and the reason why I stopped it and we got to read this because we got a lot of millennials, those Generation Z zombies out there that have no idea, like the damn world did not exist before they popped out in 2000. Hell, 2001, the world wasn't here before I got here.
Right.
They know nothing of the past at all, and they have no interest in looking into it. So we got to stop, take a moment of silence for all the generation zombies out there to bring y'all up to speed with some of us old heads. I ain't even an old
Like
head.
that. Generation Z.
Yeah, they zombies. That's what they do. Call it Generation Z. I call it Generation Zombies out here. Hey, go back to it.
If
Read
you
that.
know anybody over
No.
the age of 56,
Pause it. That's a Generation Z in the back right there. I'm gonna tell you right now. Come on, Generation Z. Read that for us.
Under the Civil Rights Act of
Said they can't hear. Make sure they can hear us, man. Go
Under
ahead.
the Civil Rights Act of 1964, segregation on the grounds of race, religion, or national origin was banned at all places of public accommodation, including courthouses, parks, restaurants, theaters, sports arenas, and hotels. No longer could blacks and other minorities be denied service simply based on the color of their skin.
That was 1964. It says what? 56 years ago.
Yeah,
They said.
yeah.
So that ain't that long
not
ago.
long
We all
ago.
got
He
uncles.
said we all know someone over that age, or
Yeah,
56 years old.
Right.
Right.
So before that, what was it? It was Jim Crow was in place.
Right.
Right.
You had slave codes, and then you had Jim Crow.
Yep.
Right behind it. They
Yep.
went
Couldn't ride the
Side
same
by
bus
side.
hand to hand.
Yep.
Yeah.
Convict leasing program.
Right.
All of that was led up to the 1964 Civil Rights Act. And he might even touch some of that. All right. Let's play the video.
they lived in a time where legally you could discriminate against black people, okay? But now that the Civil Rights Act was passed, we all know that once the government signs a bill or a law, everybody abides by it,
Listen to
correct?
that.
Right.
Right.
So
Right.
that would explain why Martin
Bring it
Luther
out.
King Jr., who you love to bring up so much,
Here we go.
Martin Luther King Jr. kept protesting and kept marching, and he himself ended up being killed
Yep.
in 1968.
Pause it.
That's 52 years ago.
Now check that out. So things. See, this is the thing about how we bring it out in Jeremiah 23. Read that in Jeremiah 23 about where it's prophesied that not specifically MLK, but that spirit that he rode in would be on the earth to give us a sign that it was not of God.
Right.
And MLK realized that after he got that thing passed, and didn't nothing change.
Yeah.
4 years after it was passed, he was Bishop played the video, I think,
Sabbath.
last Sabbath or the Sabbath before, where he said, "I feel like I integrated my people into a
Right.
burning house."
Right. Right.
So nothing changed after that Voting Rights Act. You know what I want in that Jeremiah 23?
Yes, sir.
Read that.
25.
Jeremiah chapter 23 and verse 25. I have heard what the prophets said.
Yep.
That prophesy lies in my name.
And what is the lie? Read on.
Saying, I have dreamed. I have dreamed.
Now, this is how you know that that was divine, that he would say those words out of
out,
his mouth.
man.
Because you think about it, MLK was a pastor.
Right.
The Lord blinded his eyes to that particular scripture right there so he could say that out of his mouth so it can be used 52 years later to wake up his people in the last days. God, we playing checkers. We playing checkers and chess. God in a whole nother universe on
Bring
that.
it out.
Right.
Right.
We try to catch up. God on a whole nother universe. He done called the end from the beginning.
Right.
He already knew Martin would say something like that. Put that in the scripts, and that's going to be a lie for the prophets to identify in the last days.
Man, that was my reaction when I first heard this scripture come out. And when Bishop brought it out, man, that blew me away.
Right.
It's like a biblical, historical marker.
Yeah,
that the Lord
yeah,
planted.
yeah.
Like, you gonna wake up, you gonna see that my word is true.
Yep.
Damn.
Because Cap, what they was trying to do was, see, like brothers like MLK, when they was trying to go against those injustices and try to, actually give our people a way to fix those problems. The slave owner, all he did was switch it up on them.
Yeah.
Instead of now it's against the law to racially profile you for your race. They say, you know what? Let's just do it in converted. What is it?
Incognito.
Incognito,
right.
yeah.
Let's do it that way now.
Yeah.
See?
Hey, go back to the video. Let it play.
Do y'all know somebody 52 years old? Probably. So, a lot of people bring up Martin Luther King. Y'all should be more like Martin Luther King. He would be ashamed. He would not like the things that y'all are doing. When Martin Luther King died, he had a negative approval rating.
Wow.
As a matter of fact, polls taken at the time said that more than 1/3 of people polled said that he brought his death upon himself.
Wow. Pause that, man.
Damn.
Damn.
According to an early 1968 Harris poll, the man whose half-century of martyrdom we celebrate this week died with a public disapproval rating of nearly 75%. I didn't know that. I thought everybody loved MLK back in the day. They was all holding hands in Washington, D.C.
Right.
Marching
Cap.
with him and all.
So the only reason why they only doing this, they showing that fake love of MLK, is because they know how much Negroes love it, and they saw how much power that he had behind him, and even all the different movements. They are being more crafty towards us. So they will put out a whole different holiday about him, but behind closed doors never respect him.
Nah, not at all. Not at all. Go back to it.
Switching it up.
The proof is in the bullet.
Ooh, damn, that was
Damn.
hell. Say that again, man.
Listen, the proof is in the bullet.
Wow.
The same bullet they gun us down every other day.
That's a T-shirt.
Yeah.
Damn.
Pagiel, you
It's
watch
sad,
that?
but it's
That's a
true.
T-shirt right there, man.
Hey, I was
The
called-
proof is in
Here we
the
go.
bullet.
Yeah.
The Lord descended
Sheesh.
upon you.
Hey, play the video.
All this stuff you can look up. Moving forward, 1971, 49 years ago. You know, you guys in your 40s. This is you guys. Richard Nixon, the president, declared a war on drugs. which you can look up and research, that his war on drugs basically just targeted hippies and black people.
Majority black
people. Black people for like heroin, opioids, like the opioid crisis that we're currently in, that they're sending everybody to rehab and not putting anybody in prison.
Pause it real quick, man. We got to read that, man. He's dropping facts right here.
Yeah. Right.
Read that, soldier.
You understand what I'm saying. We knew we couldn't make it illegal to be either against the war or black. But by getting the public to associate the hippies with marijuana and blacks with heroin, and then criminalizing both heavily, we could disrupt those communities. Ehrlichman said we could arrest their leaders, raid their homes, break up their meetings, and vilify them night after night on the evening news.
Wow.
That's probable cause.
Wow.
Damn.
Woo, it says vilify them night after night on the evening news.
Wow, that's heavy right there. And that's from one of that's from their mouth. Finish it out and finish it out what it says.
Did we know we were lying about the drugs? Of course we did.
Wow. Drop a bomb on that.
Wow.
So that's how much fear that the other nations have towards us when they see any gathering or any uprising come. What we're gonna have to do, we're gonna have to take out their leaders, like the Black Panther movement, AIM. The list goes on. The Black Panther movement, AIM, and the list goes on. That they got to take out all of our leaders. That's how much fear that they got towards us.
Yeah.
Put that back up real quick. Put that back up. Read that again.
You understand what I'm saying. We knew we couldn't make it illegal to be either against the war or black.
Damn.
But by getting the public to associate the hippies with marijuana.
That's because remember that part, associate the hippies with a lesser crime,
there you
right?
go.
Lesser crime, and the blacks with
a
a
harsher
harsher
crime.
crime.
Yeah.
Damn, that's the part where it says vilify them.
Yeah,
turning them into villains.
And that's the point, that our people, because we just got over here. We still trying to make it in this country. We still trying to make it in this world. But my question is, where do we go get the opioids from, or the marijuana, or the cocaine, or all these different drugs?
Yeah.
They had to take the boat,
Bring it
which
out.
they own, which we was not doing at that time, or like majority of us was not doing at that time, and smuggle it in, just like how they do in Chicago now. They smuggling guns in, they smuggling
guns.
all these different things, creating stings where they have open crates of clothes, whatever they got, and they know that the people are poor, and they're gonna make them commit that crime.
Yep.
And when they
Exactly
commit that crime, they put us on 7 News. It's the same thing being repeated
vilified. That's
over
why,
and over today, vilifying us.
That's why Jim Crow Joe called us predators. And lied about it and got black people to vote for him.
Right.
They vilified us, and he was right there agreeing with everybody. And don't think he changed.
No,
Right.
come on.
The white man will not change his colors at all. Only thing can change his spirit is God, to make him lift up the oppression off of us a little bit. If it wasn't for that, he'd have been killed us all.
Oh yeah.
Killed us all, man. Go back to the video. Play that.
Yeah, empathy and things of that nature. Yeah, it wasn't the case for black people in the 70s. Threw all of them in jail. And even if they wasn't really doing it, throw them in jail too. Then hippies, people who are about peace, love, understanding, all lives matter. They were unfairly treated and arrested for using marijuana. Marijuana. Marijuana is the drug that, while we're in a pandemic and 40 million Americans have lost their job, marijuana dispensaries are considered essential. That's right. Been open the whole time. The people who were smoking that and saying all lives matter, yeah, they were targeted. They were targeted too. And Richard Nixon's run ran until 1974. That doesn't mean these practices ended. That means that he officially left office in 1974.
Not only that,
That
they
was
are getting a
46
cut
years
off the
ago.
drug money.
We all know someone who's 46, but that's the 70s. Let's not dwell on the 70s. Let's move to the 80s. Let's say something like 1987. Know anybody born in 1987? If you don't, you're looking at one. 33 years old.
Officer Lyle was born in 87.
The CIA flooded black communities with crack cocaine.
Yep.
To
Hey,
pay
pause
for
it.
a war in the
If you don't know, what he's talking about is the truth. They even made a show on FX about it. It's called Snow.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking about.
If
Snow.
you've never seen it, go and watch the series. It's about 1 or 2 seasons long or something like that.
I think it's 4 now.
But it's it might be 4. But it showed how the CIA wanted to fund that war over there in South America, Contra, and they pumped the black community with poison, and they got 1 or 2 people. That's how you've got people like Freeway Ricky Ross.
Right,
Yes, sir.
Right.
Real drug dealers in L.A.
Yeah.
That was him.
Yeah.
That was doing that, and he brings it out in stuff. He got out of jail 20 years, 30 years later.
They make it seem like it was a conspiracy theory.
Yeah, but he said, no, I met with the CIA agents. They gave me the drugs to flood the community with.
They know, y'all. Esau was the plug.
Yep.
Still is the plug.
Right.
Still is.
Get a scripture.
Go ahead.
Get Psalms 50 and verse 19 real quick. Psalms 50 verse 19.
The book of Psalms, chapter 50 and verse 19.
Bring it out.
Thou givest thy mouth to evil.
To what?
To evil.
Read.
And thy tongue frameth deceit.
Right, and that's talking about the so-called white man.
Yeah.
His mouth, his communication, he framed it or designed it to spew evil.
Yeah.
Earlier in that article, it said he villainized the blacks. Right. He made sure that the hippies was given a lesser charge,
penalty,
right? Penalty. Because later on he would use it. You see how deep his mind was?
Yeah, he was thinking ahead.
What, decades ahead?
Yeah.
Waiting said, no, we're going to need marijuana to be legalized because it's going to cause more damage against the blacks later on.
Wow.
So read on. Read what it say.
Verse 20.
Uh-huh.
Thou sittest and speakest against thy brother.
That speakest against thy brother, Jacob, the 12 tribes of Israel. Read.
Thou slanderest thine own mother's son.
Read
There
it
you
again.
go.
Woo.
Damn.
Slandereth.
Thou slanderest thine own mother's son.
That's heavy. That's it right there. That's what he's talking about. Vilifying the news.
Yeah.
Ain't no drugs. The drug problem ain't as bad as it seems, but we're going to make it seem like that.
That's that predator calling us predators.
Yeah.
Calling
Yep.
us thieves, calling us niggas, robbers.
Only acting job you can get is being a drug dealer or stick-up guy or something like that.
Yeah, and they pass that down to our kids. So when you ask them, like, what do you want to do with your life?
Yep.
Those are the only options they always
Those are the
give
only
you.
options.
I want to be a rapper.
A rapper, right. Basketball player.
That's
Majority
crazy.
of the rappers, the rap game actually is the majority of them are drug dealers.
Yeah.
Majority
They
of them talk about drugs. They come in
being
already
drug
rich.
dealers.
That's what they say. I'm rich before I was in the game because you were selling dope.
Right.
You were selling
Like
drugs.
Young Jeezy, I believe he already had $1 million before he even jumped in the game.
A lot of these
and
rappers
now
have
they
money.
create record labels now to go wash their
drug
money.
money.
Right.
Yeah.
Hey, go back to the video.
Nicaragua. You can look this up. They've made documentaries about it. There's even a movie called Kill the Messenger that was made about it, starring Hawkeye. That's how soon it is. One of the Avengers played in the movie. All you have to do is look up the CIA and Contra. You'll find everything you need to know. You'll know that Hawkeye played a guy named Webb. What happened to Webb? Why can't you just look him up? Because he's dead. You know, unfortunately, he committed suicide by shooting himself in the back of the head 2 times.
In the back
All
of it.
right, so...
Hey, that's Freeway
so now
Ricky
we
Ross
have
right there.
Crack flooded through the black communities all through the late 80s into the 90s. And black people are like, please help us. This is tearing apart our community. So then comes the crime bill. Did this crime bill stop bringing drugs
There
into
goes
the
Jim Crow
community?
Joe
No,
back
it
there.
did not stop the flood of illegal weapons or guns into the community. It just put everybody
All
in the
kids' favorite
community
president.
Look
in
at that.
prison.
Wow.
Did it offer
So
drug
it's just
rehabilitation
skyrocketed.
for the whole community? No, it did not.
Hey, Cap.
It left the crackheads to raise the children. This is 1994. This is the 90s. Y'all remember the 90s? Sure. Because I'm pretty sure by now, if you're watching this video, You were probably alive in the 90s.
Yeah.
Right.
And after this bill incarcerated
So all you
more black
90
people
babies
than ever
that think it
before
got
in the
better.
history of the U.S., businesses decided to get in business with prisons.
Because you
could
crazy.
get free labor. And I know some of y'all might go, you can't get free labor. That's slavery. Well, according to the 13th Amendment,
Here we go.
that abolished slavery, slavery became illegal except guess what? Prisons.
Wow.
Which are
Hey.
disproportionately filled with what?
Blacks
Black people.
and Hispanics.
Now prisons
Right.
are big business,
Look
making
at this.
over $100 million a year.
Wow.
So in order to keep this business up,
and hey, Michael
prisons
Jordan
have
got
a quota.
stock in the
Yep.
prison
Yeah.
how
too.
many
Right.
people
Sure do.
must be in it
He sure do.
every year?
All y'all brothers.
Yes,
like
you
y'all
heard me
Jay.
right. There is a quota.
Pause it.
for
Let's
how
read that.
many people.
Pause it and read that, man. Read that real quick.
Prison occupancy quotas require the government to spend public dollars on housing and supervision of a certain number of inmates.
Wow. Read on.
Whether a prison is empty or full, with governmental priorities pulling public funds in so many different directions, it makes no financial sense for taxpayers to fund empty prison beds.
So that's a trap, man.
Yeah, it is.
That's literally a trap that if the powers that be put out the word to those that are below them, prison getting kind of empty over here.
Yeah.
Right.
Whoop whoop. Red lights going everywhere, and guess where they going? Straight to the hood.
Yeah, yeah. There you go. And they manufactured the crime.
Wow.
Let's stir something up. Of course, let's pull them over. Let's get a reaction.
Yeah.
I heard police officers
yeah.
say that. They'll do something to a person to get a reaction. Next thing you know, that brother's off to prison.
Damn, that's
They'll do it.
crazy, man. Crazy.
And not only that, prisons are privately owned. And when the prisons are privately owned, what they tend to do is more so like you were saying, that they would create different crimes, or they would create the crime so that way we could go ahead and we could get committed, and therefore now prisons are still being funded by us. Slavery is still around. It's just a different form. It just transitioned to
that's
that.
it.
We're still supporting this country no matter what.
Now this is the Jedi mind trick that Esau has done with the form of slavery. He made us think that we are the problem and the reason why we got put back into slavery.
Right.
At first we used to like, y'all the damn devil. Y'all came and got us from the west coast of Africa and snatched us up. Right. Now they turn the media and all of that stuff against. Look at them. They're criminals.
Right.
They're fatherless homes. They're predators. They're violent. They're aggressive. They don't respect authority. They deserve to be back in slavery.
Make America great again.
There you go.
Right.
And one thing that scared me when we was looking at that graph earlier on, remember back then, slavery, they could put you in jail for any little thing.
Yeah.
And the graph was so low. But now it's spiked up, it's skyrocketed and it's at its all-time high. Letting you know something, that whether it's physical slavery or it's overt, like you could see it, or covert, they still gonna execute their plan no matter what.
That was going into what we were speaking on. We spoke about this a while ago, how they was changing the law for stand your ground.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, now you can actually defend your property.
Yeah. Right.
That's what it's going into. They're changing the laws that's going to benefit their race, their people, and then it's going to counteract us.
Yep.
To either lock us up or gun us down.
Yep, exactly right. Go back to the video.
People they have to have in the beds in prisons. How do you do that? By putting more people in prisons. Maybe for crimes they didn't commit. Maybe giving them longer sentences to keep people in beds so you can meet this quota, which black people have been complaining about. And you can do the research on to find that this is true. Mass incarceration is modern day slavery. Also, when you get out and you want to change your life, you can't, because people don't treat felons the same way, no matter what your felony is, and you're not allowed to vote. And since pretty much 1 in every 3 black men have been or will go to prison, we lose 33% of our voting power.
Pause that, man.
Damn.
You know how high that stake is at 1 in 3? 1 out of 3 of us is going to prison.
Right.
Damn.
Woo! Hey, let's read the script real quick before we take a call. Give me that Psalm 140 and verse 1. This is the thought we got to have dealing with that, because all of that comes about from what? Our sins as a people.
Yeah. Right.
That's the hand of God against us because we are rebellious to him first.
Right.
In the midst of sin. Read that, Psalm 140 and verse 1.
Psalm chapter 140 and verse 1.
Bring it out.
Deliver me, O Lord, from the evil man.
That's who we are amongst. We live amongst the evil man. He's called Esau in the Bible.
That's right.
Known as Caucasian today.
Right.
American, Caucasian, French, whatever the hell you want to call him. The white man is the evil man on the earth.
That's right.
Read on.
Preserve me from the violent man.
He's the violent man also.
Right.
He's evil and violent.
Right.
Read on. This is how he's evil and violent. Read verse 2.
Which imagine mischiefs in their heart.
That's what we just read right there.
Damn.
That brother did a modern history, from modern history all the way up to present day of all the mischief that has been created to enslave and oppress the children of Israel.
Bring it out.
And this ain't
Right,
old
that's right.
time. It ain't old time, 1916,
Right, right.
1619 to the 1800s, where you could be like, I don't identify with slavery. I wasn't a slave and nobody in my
Right.
family was. Well, your family has been affected by that daggone crime bill.
Exactly.
Right.
They're affected by the war on drugs. They was affected
Right.
by the redlining. They're affected by the Civil Rights Act. They're affected by all of that stuff that he just went over. These are the mischief that they have created to oppress the children of Israel. Nobody else, just us. Read on, finish it out.
Continually are they gathered together for war.
They what?
Damn.
For war.
Negroes out here playing Negroes is lining up
There
to
you
play
go.
PlayStation 5, and the white man out here at war against Negroes.
Right.
Sold out.
Right.
Listen, the whole system is sold out.
Damn.
What was it? PS5?
PS5 is called,
PS5 sold out. And they just played the commercial of what's that basketball game? 2K
21.
21.
2K21.
There you
They're
go.
going to line up for that.
It's sold out.
Jordans, they're going to line up for that.
They camp out. They camp out.
Yeah, they
Camp out for
camp out,
days.
Right.
That's
They
a sad.
camp in front of the store.
White man at war and Negroes playing video games.
There go
Negroes-
another one. Listen, not only they physically imprison their bodies, they got their mind trapped up.
Wow.
Damn.
But
You
they
in
don't even know.
PlayStation. They got what the one that you put on your eyes, what's that called?
VR. They got
VR.
Negroes
Where you
going
put it
to
on
war
your,
with each other.
your stuff.
They
Yeah.
got caught in the Matrix. They
Right.
stuck
That's
in the
exactly
Matrix.
what they want to do.
Hey,
They don't even know.
We got a caller on Four Corners News. Caller, talk to me.
Hey, shalom, brother Elisha.
Hey, shalom, brother.
Hey, shalom, bro.
Talk to us.
Hey, Most High Christ bless leadership. Yeah, about the quota. It's crazy about that because every brother that we know that ever been locked up, and you ask them about their court date, they always say, "Hey, man, they rescheduled it. They rescheduled." That's how they keep that quota. Because
Yep.
every time they have to release that person, they keep them in there.
Damn.
And we talked about this before about how Edomite would have the same charge, and they would give him probation or house arrest, but they'll give the brother 2, 3, 5 years in prison.
Yeah.
So
real.
that's one way they keep that quota going.
Yep, that's right. Hey, so that's basically, man, they are exchanging our bodies for money.
Damn.
Let one of them out, then put another one in. You let 2 out, put 3 in. So when those 2 get out, you have 1 still in there. And we only got to fill it back with 1 more person.
Bring it out.
Hey, Cap. Hey, sometimes those brothers will be sitting in there for 2, 3 years.
Yeah.
Come to find out, we got the wrong person.
Yeah.
Right,
Like
18 years. The brother, I seen it was an episode on Netflix. Brother in there for 18 years. What the hell is
Half
this?
your life in prison, come to find out we got the wrong person.
Right.
We
That's
got
crazy.
we got the right color, but we
Right,
got the
right,
wrong,
right.
we got the right color, so they didn't go wrong. They got the right, but
Yeah.
they got the wrong person.
Yeah, right color, wrong person.
Yeah.
That's all they care
I
about.
mean,
what it
he
is.
could have did it. So
Right.
Hey,
Could have did it.
and they all look the same, so hell,
Yeah.
he'll do.
He'll do for now.
We used to scream black power while heroin was pushed. But at the end of the day, nothing's in vain. IUIC has been given a vision The tents of Judah has risen. Many has attempted the mission. Minor murmuring, omitting, and missing the mark. Just reading that he had the flame of fire in his eyes gave us the spark. We on Paul's mission. We out on the road, purple and gold. From Mexico, Cuba, Haiti, Ghana, Sierra Leone. 144,000 boots banging, concrete crackling. These are our men repented at heart. The scriptures is proof. IUIC, we deliver the truth.